Good evening, I'm Gina Quattrochi.
And I'm Jeff Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight. Congress passes a bill that averts widespread tax increases and delays deep spending cuts that had threatened to return the nation to recession.
News 18's Krista Henry reports that Indiana Republican Congressman Todd Rokita voted to oppose the so-called fiscal cliff deal to increase federal spending by hundreds of billions of dollars.
A last-minute deal made late Tuesday night will keep the U.S. from driving off the so-called fiscal cliff. But Indiana Republican Congressman Todd Rokita says higher taxes and continued political fighting in Washington threaten to shake the fragile economy well into 2013.
Congress and the White House have steered the nation around a fiscal pothole. We are still hurtling toward the real fiscal cliff.
The congressman voted against the deal that would avert widespread tax increases and delay deep spending cuts that had threatened to return the country to recession.
It was a difficult vote. It was not easy because there were some good things. Chief among them would be the fact that 98% of the taxpayers now have certainty as to what their tax rates will be.
Rokita says the real fiscal cliff is the impending financial issues with programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security that will drive our country into a $100 trillion debt during the next 50 years.
That's all being driven by the fact that 10,000 people a day are retiring into programs, whether that's Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security, and that's driving 62% of our federal spending and causing us to have to borrow all this money.
However, Rokita says Congress and the White House still need to reach an agreement on a broader deal to significantly reduce the deficit over the next 10 years. He says this could boost business and consumer confidence and accelerate growth.
Consumer spending will not be there in terms of confidence, and it also won't be there because more and more of their money, a $50,000 a year person, let's say, who makes $50,000 a year, is going to see probably $1,000 more in taxes.
The bill waiting for the president's signature extends long-term jobless benefits for a year, but doesn't include spending cuts or Social Security and Medicare reform, leaving many lawmakers like Rokita doubtful Washington will ever reach a sweeping budget deal. Krista Henry, News 18.